we're going to take our band, we're wrapping it over the top side of the foot, and then bringing each handle to either side so that we can create a nice, strong connection point so that that band's not going to slip on us. From here, we're pulling the band nice and tight, and then we're going to rotate the foot into ankle inversion and eversion. All right, so we're basically rotating the foot out and then in. All right, we'll go through 15 reps on each foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. We'll go ahead and switch feet. So, why our ankles? Why do we always start with the ankles? Well, basically, the ankles dictate how the rest of the body moves. If the ankles are all out of whack, for lack of a better term, that's going to run its way up to the knees, into the hips, into the lower back, up the spine, and into the neck. So yes, if you are living with some sort of an ankle pain or ankle problem, that can cause knee, hip, shoulder, back pain. All right, we'll go in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, we're combining 2 movements here for the next one. So part 1 is going to be a squat, so dropping down. Part 2 is going to be that calf raise. All right, so this one's a little bit challenging in a sense that we're going to go from pushing our hips back, weight into the heels, all the way back forward, and then weight into the toes. All right, so not only are we working strength here, but also balance. Feet shoulder width. Hands are going to go on the hips today. Hips back, butt down, up to the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Back for another set. Hips back, butt down, up to the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got my handy dandy step ladder here. We're going to get into just a lateral step down. So we're using the lower step here in this case. It doesn't have to be anything too high. But as what we're trying to do is we're going to start our feet at shoulder width. We're going to press up through this leg that's here, and then we're going to lower ourselves down by controlling this muscle and this leg. All right, we'll do 15 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 more, 13, 14, 15. We'll switch sides. Same thing, feet about shoulder width, stepping up, controlling down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 3 more, 13, 14, 15. Last week we got into some static lunge holds. Today we're going to make things a little bit tougher. So with our lunge, recall, you don't want that knee to drift way out in front of the toe. Alright, one thing to kind of help prevent that from happening is making sure your step is nice and long. So in my opinion, one of the safer lunges is a reverse lunge, so we're going to do that today. So our reverse lunge today, we're going to keep our hands and elbows nice and tight because we're going to step back, rotate side to side, and then come up. Alright? We're going to alternate legs and do 8 on each leg, or just simply 16 total. Alright? Hands are tight. Back. Rotate. Rotate. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1 more, 16. Okay, you're going to need a wall for this next one. One thing that we want to try and focus on with this movement itself is keeping our core nice and tight. So we talked about an overarch of the spine. It often happens when we're pressing up and overhead. So what happens, we're nice and tight, press, 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 and then we see this, all right? That overarch of the spine causing pain, discomfort, and ultimately, at the end of the day, probably injury. So what we're going to focus on is keeping our core tight while pressing straight up. We're going to do so on the wall. Now, if you can't keep your core tight and your lower back pressed into the wall while going all the way up, only go as far as your arms and lower back will allow you. Alright? So, heels are against the wall, butts against the wall, shoulders and back are against the wall. Our arms are going to be up. We're going to try and slide them as high as we can, keeping everything along the wall. We'll do 12 reps here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, 12. Next one will come from the floor. We're going to find ourselves on our back. We're going to put our hands behind our head. We are going to end up crunching up and bringing our elbow towards our opposite hip, or at least going in that general direction. One thing I want you to avoid is pulling your neck into, or pulling your chin into your chest and really putting a strain on your neck. Alright, so make sure when you do come up, that first initial movement is going to be pressing the lower back down, and a crunch of the abdominals, and then it will be a small rotation. We're just going to do one set here, 10 reps on each side. We'll go to the right first, and then we'll switch over to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we'll go ahead and switch over to the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, we're on our side for our next one. I recommend kind of putting a pillow underneath your armpit. You can use your hand and elbow to support the head. We're going to try and take this arm with our thumb facing the ceiling over as high as we can. Alright, so we're getting into range of motion here for that shoulder, similar to our leg, not allowing it to really drift forward or too far back, but trying to keep it right along this plane here. We'll do 15 and then we'll switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to reach a little bit further with each rep. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Go ahead and switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We combine a couple different movements here. So not only are we going to combine our bicep curl with a shoulder press, we're also going to get into a little bit of a wrist rotation. All right, so we're going to go from neutral into supinated, and then from there we're actually going to press straight up. All right, so we'll do 2 sets here, 10 repetitions. So yes, when you press up, your palms should be facing you. Start down, rotate up, press. Down, rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set number 2, rotate, press, down. 1, 2, 3,